Some moves, Chris.
Making moves.
You ready to do this shit?
Making moves.
All right.
Hey, look, we're twins.
Twinkies. Oh, but I'm not tall enough yet. Okay. I'm still not tall enough. Son of a... Damn it.
There
Okay,
you go.
there we go. Now I feel like a big boy. Okay. Hey, everybody. This is Matt, and we're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for watching. We have jumped forward in time 1 hour to bring you the live stream 1 hour earlier, 1 hour faster happy hour than we normally do. Faster? You guys know what I'm talking about. Mrs. Toast came up with a great idea that we actually time traveled to bring you happy hour this week.
So you had to wait 1 hour less.
1 hour less. So thank you, everybody, for joining in to the Texas Toast live stream happy hour every Sunday, live at 5. With me, as always, to my right, your left is Chris, and Mrs. Toast is behind the camera. Brought to you by our good friends at Flipside Music, the great American guitar store. When you think guitars, think Flipside Music. Chris, what's your favorite thing about Flipside Music?
My favorite thing about Flipside Music, well, I like all the guys there.
That's a
which is
good
cool.
one too. Yeah.
To me, a good guitar store is a guitar store that I go into, and there's always something that I feel the need to pull off the wall.
Yeah, because they always have neat shit. It's not
always
just like when you
have-
go to
yeah.
Guitar Center and there's Fender and
Well,
they have that too, but they have
a sea of cheap Strats.
yeah. That's what I meant.
Or there's always something cool. They have a really cool used area. They always have really fun amps and guitars, and I like their selection of guitars. So yeah.
My favorite thing is all the different weird little stuff that they have. They've got like 100 million pedals. Of course, everybody knows that. But like if you want 7-gauge strings like Billy Gibbons uses, they got them. If you want like a $100 cord that has gold tips on shit, they got them. If you want a $5 cord, they got it. If you want parts, they got it. If you want guitars, they got it. If you want cool amps, new and used, they got it all. Flipside Music, the great American guitar store. Check them out and show them some love. Tell them the guys from Texas Toast Guitars sent you.
Maybe mention that at the end.
Yeah, I don't know how much juice that's gonna get you.
No, that's not true.
So, wow, we have a lot of good stuff going on. But before we do a deep dive, or before we get into the meat and potatoes of the live stream, there's a favor that I have to ask each and every one of you watching now or whenever you're watching later. Our good friend Brian Nutter is back in the hospital. He's doing better, but it's really important for us that Brian unass his hospital bed and get back into the shop and maybe come out and visit us. One thing that you can do is, just kind of send Brian a message, let him know that you're thinking about him and that he's a cool dude, and he is a cool dude. Above and beyond that, there's a GoFundMe page to help pay for some of his medical bills. It's in the description below, guys. If you can kick in a couple bucks, if we all do a little bit of something that really adds up, if you can do it, that's cool. I know Brian and his family would really, really appreciate it. So, Brian, if you're out there, if you're watching, we hope you get to feeling better soon, man. We love you, and get better. And guys, if you've got an extra couple of bucks and you can donate it to Brian's medical bills, please do that as a favor to Brian and a favor to me. So, anyway, enough with that shit. We'll talk about it more later.
We'll talk about it more later.
Well, we'll remind everybody again later.
Yeah.
So, Chris, what's been going on all week long? You knew I was going to ask that, but you sort of
honest
have that
truth,
deer in the headlights look. Yeah.
The honest truth, more
Yeah.
paint booth.
More paint booth.
Yeah. It's it's just like building a guitar. You start
know.
out with the big stuff, and you go, oh man, we're almost done. When really,
Yeah.
we weren't last week. We thought we were, but we weren't. So
Yeah.
So now we're almost done.
Now we're moving towards being almost done.
Yeah.
So that was definitely a big deal. How did the time change affect you? How did time travel affect you?
I did not do well last night with time change.
Time
for
travel
some
wasn't
reason.
that big of a deal to
Yeah,
me this
that's
time.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it is weird, because it normally hits me hard.
Yeah. So, other than I was later than I wanted to be today. I mean, really, that's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah. So I woke up at the normal time I get up, but it was an hour later. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
So one of the reasons that time travel didn't affect me that much, or didn't have that much of an impact on me, was I was really stoked to do the live online training class today at 2, and it went great. In fact, guys, I've been wanting to build this body for a long time, and if you watched last week, because that first one was free, we worked on this thin line Telecaster body or daily driver body, sorry. And this week we got a bunch done, including the awesomest F-hole ever in the world, the mud flap girl F-hole. And look, it's really an F-hole. See, you can like actually poke your finger all the way through it. So this is something that I've been wanting to do for forever. I put this on, so I didn't show this to anybody. I made the template, and I didn't actually show this to anybody until the online class, and then I posted a picture of it on Instagram and Facebook. And the guy from Lucky Dog Guitars is like, dude, I want to do that. Can I do that? Would you mind if I did it? And I'm like, you know what, man? You can copy me, but you can't copy me. So, yeah, I think I was, what did I say about this yesterday?
How long before somebody else makes one?
That's right. I may not be the first person, but I damn sure won't be the last after people see how cool this is. So if you guys would like to see how I did this and you want to subscribe to the online training class, you can do so on the website. Under classes, go to online training. So what else we got? What else is going on? What else is happening?
What else is going on? I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, well, I know some stuff. About what's going on. Wait, I lost it.
Oh, okay.
I lose all kinds of shit. Do you get your truss rods from Bitterroot?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, someone said that. And
Did you get them from Bitterroot?
You do,
Right
don't
then.
you?
Oh, wait,
I
think
totally
we have
did that, didn't
What
I?
size, sir?
No, sorry.
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 How about a 7?
Yeah, well, BD something SN Fragi, I don't know what I'm
We don't want to butcher someone's name any more
Yeah.
than we already have.
Available at Firehouse Guitars. No, wait. I
Firehouse?
keep stealing it. I guess that's him. Available at Firehouse Guitars.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I know I'm not the first person to have done this, but I'm definitely not going to be the
No,
last.
people are going to steal it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now. And then Joseph wants to know.
Joseph Caswell?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you can figure the flap hole. Sorry.
I don't, yeah.
I don't know why you'd want to.
You know what? Not everybody knows this, but this
If
is
you get
actually a
permission,
silhouette
it's
of
okay.
Mrs. Toast. Now, it's she's full size. She's a person. But this is exactly what she looks like in guitar form, this outline right
My hair's
here.
not that long anymore.
It is. It's like this all the time. Anyway, okay. So the crux of the biscuit today is Ask Us Anything. So this is a AUA show. It's usually a AMA show, but it's an AUA show. And I posted this question to the Patreon members, and Chris is going to read the list because I've been really dropping the ball lately on reading the list. So Chris is going to do it. If you guys, we'll stay here for an hour. I'm going to try to answer everybody's questions. We're going to get to everyone's Patreon questions. If you want to do super chat, we can help you there. The questions come in fast and furious. I don't always see them. Mrs. Toast doesn't always see them. More to the point, she doesn't always get a word in edgewise while she has it in.
Like I'm trying to do right now.
Okay,
with
what do you
my
got?
face.
What do you got?
So JC asked a question, and I want to know who Lucky Dog is. He says, I wondered if the Lucky Dog guys paid attention to what you do there.
Lucky Dog is a guitar company too.
Oh,
so.
did you steal the mud flap girl from them or something? Is that what he
I
said?
don't think so.
No, I think he
They might do it. I don't know.
yeah, I think he likes Lucky Dog and he likes us and he wondered if Lucky Dog.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know if
us.
like he did that.
The guys at Lucky Dog have always been really cool to us. So
Oh.
and they still are. The mud flap girl thin line was something that I came up with in my tiny brain many years ago when I was at the Boulder watching the Trailer Park Playboys, and I was talking to Don and Tim from Trailer Park Playboys, and we were like, oh man, we should do like what you know what it was originally going to be was a oriented strand board top with a mud flap girl, but I'm like, let's do it with Ash. So, and that was probably 2005 or 6. It was many years ago we came up with this idea. So if you see it from the guys at Lucky Dog, those guys are cool. But you know where you saw it first. Okay, so Happy Meal for us.
Cool. So we have an order in which we're going to answer questions today, correct?
Okay, I'm all
I mean, we talked about this. We're going to do the Patreons,
okay.
and then what?
Well, and then we'll get to everyone else's questions after that. Now, but like everyone's plan, a plan is a plan until it's not a plan anymore.
Oh, everyone's got a plan until they get
That's
punched in the mouth.
that's right. So as you know, Chris, it is my style to preempt everything with anything for any reason, right?
Right.
And I would like to reserve the right to vamp on something as long as I want to for any reason that I want to.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yes.
I
Okay.
like that chick
Yeah.
from Bad Moms. I'll talk as long as I want.
I'll talk as long as I want, and I do. Oh, the other thing is, if you do super chat, we'll preempt anything, just about anything, to super chat. Too.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So if you're asking questions right this second, we're not going to get to them for a while, and
Yep.
they may get lost. So ask them again in a little bit, and we'll get to them.
Yep. All right. So yeah, there's
Cool.
a lot of people watching. We'll get to as many as we get to.
Yeah, yeah. So, but we always have to answer the Patreon questions first.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So Douglas says, do you have any industry partners that do gold plating? Thinking about a future project, and the bridge I'm interested in is not offered in gold.
Maybe you might want to call JP Plating in Indiana and see if they do gold plating. I think they do.
Okay. And if not, they probably know somebody.
And
that
if not, they
does.
probably know somebody who does. I don't know. Do you know? Does Advanced Plating do gold?
They'd be worth calling too. I don't know
Advanced
that they
Plating
do,
in
but they
Nashville,
might.
Tennessee, has done some plating work for us in the past, and we've always gotten good results from them. So, JP Plating in Indiana or Advanced Plating in Tennessee.
Yep. There you go. Good.
We don't get it. We get jack shit from those guys. So we everything we get from
Except
them we
for
have to pay
plating
for.
orders when you pay them.
When we pay them, yeah,
Yes,
that's right.
Yeah. It's an even exchange
Yep.
of money for service.
Yes.
Jeff Walton wants to know, have you guys ever used Odie's wood oil to finish a guitar?
Odie's, I have not.
I haven't either. I've seen lots of people that have used it and really like it, but I've never tried it.
What's the deal with it? Do you know what it's about?
It's one of those, I think it's a lot like...
Is it a polymerizing
yeah,
kind? Okay.
maybe. I don't know. The finishes that I've seen can end up pretty shiny if you put enough on and buff it.
So finishes that I have used that are oil finishes and designed to be applied without a sprayer. One of my favorites is Sam Malouf finishes. That guy was he wasn't a guitar maker. He was a woodworker extraordinaire, genius furniture maker. Like his stuff's in the White House. That's he's dead now, but
And he's obviously Irish.
Sam Malouf.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know. That's good stuff. The tried and true stuff and I'm not sure if it's a product that you get from Woodcraft, but tried and true that I have bought from Woodcraft has also been pretty good. It's that basically linseed oil and wax. Yeah, it's good stuff. I've used True Oil in the past. I don't like True Oil. It gets a little too shiny, a little too glossy for me, for what I think an oil finish should look like. Another one that's really neat is Wood Tone, and that's available in colors, and then it's got this other stuff that you put on. And if you like the glossy, but you want a color, that's a good way to go. That's Wood Tone, and it's spelled P-honetically, W-U-D-T-O-N-E, Wood Tone. I think. Check those dudes out and see what you think.
Cool. Alrighty. Next, this is a big one.
Oh.
Michael Arthur Clausen wants to know. Maybe we'll break this one up.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to know, is wiring up a 3 humbucker and piezo in the bridge, how do I go about this?
Okay.
Working with a 5-way switch, can I do this? Do I need an extra toggle? You guys are rad.
Okay, thank you for saying that we're rad. Okay, can you do it? Yes. So if you're wiring up a 3 humbucker guitar and you wanted it to be exactly like a Strat, then yeah, a 5-way switch would work great, but you're gonna miss a couple positions.
Yeah, and he also has a piezo in the
I
bridge.
would, and he asked, do you need a separate switch? I would say it would occur to me to have it be to where you could just have the piezo element on its own or blend it in with something. So Yeah, you can do all of that stuff. I would say have the piezo be a standalone element or a blendable element. So that would mean a switch. Have that be something that, like, what I would do would be like have your a 5-way or 6-way, so you can get all the positions of all of the different humbuckers, and then be able to switch on the piezo with a volume control maybe for that you can blend it in. That's what I would do.
Yeah, that's the way that Pete Townsend
Okay.
guitar is.
So it's got like regular layout, and then you can blend in a piezo, or
Yeah.
can you just run the piezo by
I think
itself?
yeah, I would think you could probably do that. They also make those if you're stuck wanting to use a 5-way blade switch type of thing. They make that super switch that you can do literally anything with. Yeah, I think it's a 6 or a 7 position switch.
But it fits in the same.
Fits in the same, yeah. And they also make a 6-way now. So there's you can definitely
Stumac sells
do
like
it.
a 3-way Gibson style switch, the super or
yeah, that
and
toggle.
the hot rod, and it kind of shifts like a car.
Like a car, yeah. It's a 5-speed.
Yeah,
Or 6-speed,
yeah.
I think actually. But
So if you just wanted to drill a 1/2-inch hole, that would work for that.
yeah,
too.
so yeah, you can do it. You just have to. I think what you have to do is draw all of the wiring diagram out and figure out how you want to do it, and then you
Yeah.
can do it.
There's a bunch of stuff cramming in. Is there anything we need to get to right away, love? Carrie Ann, this thing?
No.
Okay. Is someone being rude?
I don't know.
Oh, what are they saying?
I don't know. I
Oh,
don't
okay.
know what
Well.
they're saying. I know what they said, but I don't know how to take it.
Oh, okay.
Are we ready?
Ready.
Okay. Sean Bollinger has 2 questions. Because the guitar body heels are different thicknesses, when buying or making a bolt-on neck, what is the deepest you will allow a screw to be threaded towards the fingerboard?
I would say you don't want the screw to go into the fingerboard. Now, if you're drilling and you got like a brad point bit and a little bit of that brad goes into the fingerboard, no big deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say you don't want the screw to go past the neck wood. That'd be me.
I think that's a good rule of thumb. I would say, probably a 1/4 of an inch. So if you drill it too deep, even if you don't go through the fingerboard, you do stand a chance of pushing a fret out.
Yeah, that
Ask
can,
me how I know.
Yeah, that can happen. Or inlay you can push
you
out.
can push out inlay. You can push out so.
Yeah.
So like a fender neck, a traditional fender neck, at the thickest when it's all finished is usually right about an inch tall, but it's not that tall on the edges. It's probably 7/8
Yeah.
tall. So I would say a 1/4 inch, of that. So.
And I've never
5/16.
seen a neck that's like so thin that there's just not enough meat there. I got to
Not
go
enough
into the
meat
fretboard.
yeah. You don't need that much.
Yeah.
To hold it on. So.
Especially if you got 4
So-
or more screws.
Yeah, so when I'm drilling, I'll usually go about a 1/4 of an inch less than the edge of the.
Oh, and then okay, yeah.
And that seems to be fine.
Yeah. You know what you could do if you were making the neck? You could drill all the holes for the neck mounting screws before you glue the fretboard on. Then you're solid.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
do that too. Yeah.
I don't do that, but you could.
Someday I'm gonna make a neck that has the bolts already in the neck, and then I'm gonna nut it from the back.
So Bruce Clay, Master Luthier, did that one time.
Yeah.
He made he was famous for not wanting to ever make bolt-ons, but he made one for a guy that was like a take-apartable airplane guitar.
Oh, okay.
And he used those T-bolts, and he mounted them under the fretboard so that the steel part went into the neck, and he screwed directly into that.
Yeah. I've always wanted to do
Okay.
a backwards upside down. It wouldn't be that neat, but
No, that'd be neat.
you could do it.
You could do it.
You could. All right. His second question is, when painting a guitar, how do you make the transition from? Hang on a second.
Coronavirus.
Dang!
I think,
No, it's
I think
Modelo
dust.
virus.
Dust. Yeah. When painting a guitar, how do you make the transition from one solid color to another totally seamless? I'm not quite sure what he's asking. I saw this question earlier.
Who asked that?
Sean Bollinger.
Okay. So how do you make the transition from one color to the next totally seamless?
Fade.
Well, he can't mean by.
With tape?
Well, he can't mean from like red to blue so that you can't tell where the red starts and the blue stops.
Well,
Because
you
Right.
because then it'd be
obviously, yeah.
purple between. It
Yeah,
could
then
be-
you would have like kind of a burst effect. Then.
Yeah.
But I don't think he means that. Excuse me. Maybe he means how do you not have a bump of one color? You know what I mean? So like if you painted the guitar white. Oh, we got a super chat. If you painted the guitar white and then you had a red line, how do you get that hard line to go away? Maybe, I don't know.
So so you can.
Just clear. Usually,
Yeah, add some clear to it, and then you have to sand it down flat, and then you can clear it again.
How often do you
Probably.
sand the color coat, Chris?
While you're painting it,
Yeah.
before clear, never.
Never. So what's the?
If it was an opaque color, if it was like a solid color, not a metallic, you never want to touch
Mm.
metallics without respraying them. You could sort of,
Maybe
kind
if you had
of
some run or something.
knock it back a little bit, yeah. But typically, what we'll do is if we like binding, we'll mask off the binding and we'll paint a color around it, and then you peel the tape off that's covering the binding, and you'll have a little bump there. So then we'll clear it, and then we'll sand it flat,
it.
and then we'll re-clear it, and that'll make it
And smoothen it.
And smoothen.
Yeah, and maybe that's what he means.
So Sean, we hope that answers the question. We're not 100% sure
Yeah.
about what you mean.
If it's not, ask the question again
Ask
next week.
again. Yeah. What was the super chat that just came
Ken
in?
Tipton says, always supporting.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you, Ken.
You are a supporter.
You rule. Ken has always been a
Yeah,
supporter
yeah.
and always helped us out. And
Yep.
yeah. So thank you very much, Ken. We are
Yep.
going to use the money that you just sent us to buy beer. People came over yesterday and drank all our beer. Yeah, so like there was a bunch of people in the shop yesterday when it was all said and done. And I'm like, we don't have any beer left.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got a few beers. The other thing is people think all we do all day is sit around and drink beer. If you subscribe to the online thing, I drink water the whole time because I
Yeah.
talk so much. You think I talk a lot during these things. I talk, it's nonstop for 2 hours, me just yapping and doing stuff. I had to drink water because last time I was like my throat was all dry and itchy.
Dried out
yeah.
too.
So I don't drink beer if I'm using power tools. The beer drinking happens at the end of the day when all the work is done and it's just sort of time to chill
when
out.
the power tools are shut off.
Yeah. So, but what happened is yesterday a bunch of people came over and drank all our beer. So we're on a skeleton beer crew here. All right. Anyway, sorry.
Hey, quick follow-up question.
Yes.
You do clear over the binding after you pull the tape off from the color coat, right?
Yes.
Yes, and someone would like you to do that demo in a class.
Yeah, we might do
Ah,
that in
okay.
class. Yeah. In the pay to play class for sure.
Some people sent us more beer money just now.
Joseph, he said he didn't drink any of our
He
beer.
didn't.
No.
Yeah, Joe brought burritos too.
did.
So we got Red Clover.
Red Clover says beer fund.
Thank you, Red Clover, and thank you, Joe. Joe came by yesterday. It was great to see Joe. He came
Yeah.
over and hung out with us. He's got a new mohawk.
He got a new haircut.
Yeah, he's looking good.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you guys.
He came in and I was like, I kept staring at his
Who's
head.
this tall guy?
No, because at first I was
Yeah.
like, who's this guy? With the... And then I was like, oh, it's Joe. And then I kept looking at him. I was like, because usually he wears a hat, I think. And I'm like,
Well, it's been cold.
does
too,
he always
so.
have? Is his hair always been like that? Is it always that dark? Is
Well,
that-
he said he was
So,
telling me he
yeah.
he got colored and cut and
He
yeah.
told me, but
He's
so
looking
he's
sharp.
like, he's not really sure what to do. So he's like looking at me, and I'm trying not to look at his head, but I keep looking at his head. So yeah,
He's an imposing figure.
he is. Yeah,
He's
a
not to
big
be
guy.
he's not to be trifled with.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
Mrs. Toast, will you do me a favor?
Depends on the favor.
Will you send positive vibes to Brian Nutter and get me another beer, please?
I like how you put that together like some sneaky fucking Senate shit. Oh, I want to feed all these homeless kids, but I have to close this fucking vet hospital to do it.
Well, I'm not
Like,
going to run for Senate or Congress or any of those other run for things. So maybe I should run for something. Maybe people would vote for me.
If
I
you
don't
ever
know.
see me running, you should run too.
Okay, what's next? Senior.
Andrew Mandiak wants to know, do
Christie's
you
one too,
make
though.
neck-through guitars?
Hell yeah, we do. Oh, hold on. I'm going to get one.
Are you on a Modelo?
Sure, please.
Here's a neck through guitar right here. This was, oh man. So this is obviously the Prince Purple Rain cloud guitar replica that I'm doing. And I'm just doing this for me. There was a couple, hold on, I can't get in this goddamn seat.
Yeah, those chairs rock.
I like these chairs, but
Once you're in them, though,
shit,
it's a commitment.
and my neck's all tweaked today too because I'm old fart. Okay. So, this is another guitar that I've been like, I've always loved how wacky this guitar is, and I'm like, I'm gonna make one of those one day. And so it is a neck through, but it is all maple construction. And the only reason I used all maple because that was what the originals were. And somebody told me that my scroll work here wasn't right. It was the wrong scroll.
Did they send you a picture of their correct scroll?
Actually, they did. Now, they did it in a dicky way, but then as it turns out, this guy actually makes a lot of Prince guitars, and he's like, it's good, but not... He basically was like, it's good, but not delicious. So, anyway. But I don't know, because I've never actually seen one, and I think he's actually seen the real one.
And it's your first pancake.
Yeah, plus, and it's probably the only one I'm ever going to make. So anyway, neck-through guitars are cool, but as a rule, I would rather not make neck-through guitars because they're kind of tricky. They're kind of out of my wheelhouse. Do we make them? Yes. Would we rather not? Yes. Something else came in. What's that orange thing?
Doc says Women's Day Margarita Fund.
Oh, thanks, Doc.
Does
You're
that
not a
mean
woman?
only women's can drink margaritas?
I think what that means is that we're to use that money to go buy Mrs. Toast margaritas.
But it's got to be in Canada because he sent Canadian money.
How did he do that?
It says CA, $20.
That's okay. It'll convert.
Thank you so much,
Are
Doc.
margaritas cheaper in Canada? Because we could get a lot of margaritas, I think, in Canada for $20.
I don't have any idea what a margarita goes for.
I don't know either.
Really, anywhere. It's been a while since I've had a margarita.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Doc.
Second question from Andrew.
Oh, yeah.
What was the first guitar you sold under the name Texas Toast?
Ooh.
Wait, what was the question?
What was the first guitar you sold under the name Texas Toast? Believe it or not, it was probably a through neck BC Rich bitch that I made.
Yeah.
And
Not the Vulcan thing?
oh yeah, might have. Although that didn't say Texas Toast on it.
But
though.
still.
Yeah, so I made a. I forgot about that one, babe. I made a replica of Mr. Spock's Vulcan harp thing for a guy to take to like some Star Trek convention, and he paid me to build this wacky thing, and then Leonard Nimoy signed it, and I have a picture of Leonard Nimoy signing this thing, and that was really fun. I don't remember what Star Trek episode it was, but I think it was the one where the space hippies came out, and you know who one of the key space hippies was? Bucky McElroy, lead singer and driver of the Winnebago from from the Good Old Boys. Yeah, from the Blues Brothers. He had a fro, and he was one of the main
Like a
main
ginger
hippie
blonde
guys.
fro.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
forget what that guy's
That
name
was from
is.
that was from that thing I had on my Facebook cover. It was like Kurt going, "You guys smell like patchouli and ass."
But I think that's where Mr. Spock's musical instrument made an appearance, and so it was this for this cool guy who wanted to go. That might have been the other one was a BC Rich bitch that was neck through lots and lots of walnut that I made, and it just so happened to be one of the first ones. That was one that had one pickup, no controls, oil finish.
I think I remember that guitar.
Yeah.
That was the first one that you sold?
I think
That said
so.
Texas Toast on it?
I think so. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So anyway,
All right, you ready?
ready.
This is a good one.
Okay.
Billy B and Blues wants to know, what is the airspeed of an African swallow?
You know this answer.
Lumberjim laden or unladen?
Oh.
I'm gonna say 46 miles an hour.
I'm gonna say I don't know. Ah! Man, how many times did you watch those Monty Python movies in high school?
A couple.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you
not
watch
that
them a lot,
much.
Mrs. Toast? Or
Me.
were you too busy being cool and
Me.
like, such good movies.
No, we used to watch a lot of VHS tapes, and I don't mean porn because it doesn't mix well with the baby oil.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful. No, we used to watch like videotapes of like Valley Girl and Breakfast Club and Monty Python, Holy Grail, and Life of Brian were
Yeah.
two of the big ones that we used to watch over and over again,
Yeah.
over again. Yeah.
Yeah. There's some movies that, when you're in the 16, 15, 16 that you just watch all the time. So,
Yep.
good question.
Yep.
How would it move a coconut? All right, anyway, sorry. A coconut.
So Douglas wants to know, let's say someone is wandering around a wood store and they spot a jaw-dropping piece of wood.
That's happened.
What are the minimum dimensions of that piece of wood that can be made into a two-piece neck with a tilt-back 3+3 headstock?
Okay, if it was me wandering around, it would need to be the minimum dimensions when after let's say for the sake of conversation that it's perfectly machined and perfectly flat. I don't need to do anything to it. I just buy it and I turn it into a neck. It needs to be wide enough, which would be 2 1/4, and then I would need to glue wings on for the headstock. And it would need to be 1 1/2 inches thick for me to do my heel and my 7-degree headstock.
I was just going to ask if a headstock degree was in there. Does it need a scarf joint? Is it
Yeah,
just a
so if
single
you're
piece?
doing more than 7-degree, you're going to need more lumber. If you're doing a scarf joint, you can get away with less. If you want to not glue wings on, if it was me, you need probably 3 inch by 1 1/2 by 32 inch, I think. And that gives you more than enough to,
So that'd be a one-piece.
there'd be a 1-piece neck. Oh, so you went
Okay.
to 2-piece?
Two-piece. Would be some
Well, yeah, you would need to have
smaller versions of that.
Yeah, you would need to glue stuff together because
Yeah.
it's 2-piece. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
But let's say you had a piece that was 2 inch or 8/4, so not quite 2 inch, by 3/4 inch by 32 inch, and you cut it in half and flipped oriented one piece so that you had the equal opposite book match, glued it together, finished it out so it was 3 1/2, 4 by 1 1/2 by 32. That'd be ideal.
Cool.
Okay,
Alrighty. You ready?
I'm ready.
Rick DiNatale wants to know, how can I get a beetle kill body blank shipped to the East Coast for a reasonable price?
We have beetle kill blanks, and
I don't know what a reasonable price is.
yeah, reasonable price is different for
And
a lot of
it
people.
depends on how big the blank is.
Yeah, so we don't make
But-
any money on shipping.
No. I think we could probably ship something like that to
What's
North
the-
Carolina for $20 or $25.
That'd be-
I don't know if that's reasonable or not.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
But
reasonable
I mean
or
that would be like postal fairly fast. I think you could do it for a little bit less. UPS.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Unfortunately, shipping seems to be going up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all the time. Every time I look something up, I'm always shocked at what it is now versus what it was
Yeah.
seemingly last week. But yeah, I think that's about the price that stuff goes.
What are we charging for a beetle kill blank? $65 for like a glued up piece of wood that is guitar dimension, big enough to make a guitar.
Yeah.
$65. So you're $85. I guess. I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know.
going to depend on what dimensions you
Could,
want.
yeah, send us the dimensions that you want and send us your exact address or something close, and we can figure it out and tell you exactly what it is and
And then you
what
can
it'll
decide whether or
cost.
not it's reasonable.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Cool.
All right.
Lumber Jim,
Lumber Jam.
ever make a case? If you're so smart, I bet you could do it.
I made a case for a guy many years ago.
Yeah.
Who I was in a band called Oversized Load. You probably saw some of the trucks moving gear around from. They're still out there. Yeah, actually, we took the banner off of one of the backs of those like big trucks.
Yeah.
We stole it from a truck stop.
Oh, nice.
And so the band was Oversized Load, and the bass player had. By the way, incidentally, the first time I ever did a half fretted, half fretless. Did I spit all over you?
No.
Oh, good.
I have an itch in my eye.
Okay, so the first time I ever did a half fretless, half fretted bass was for Bob, who was in Oversized Load with me, and we made a case for that bass, and it weighed like 100 million pounds, and I have not really done a whole lot with cases since then, but I know you have.
I made a couple cases last year for a couple of double necks. Making cases is not economical.
Yeah.
I made my problem with cases. I can make a box. I can put hinges on a box. I can't do interiors very well.
I bet you that like
I could probably get better at it if I could figure out exactly how to do it. But
Yeah.
the rest of the process, and
because you're not an upholsterer,
right?
You're
I'm not
a carpenter. Yeah.
Yeah, and I can do Tolex really well, and I can make wood boxes. But
Now, remember, upholstery is an industrial art that takes a lot of time and practice to get good.
Yes,
at.
it's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah, well, and the only reason that I made any cases at all was because they were double necks, and
Yeah.
you can't hardly buy a double neck case.
Yeah.
And if you can, it fits a Epiphone SG. That's about the only thing that's available.
And we've
in
made
lot
a
of ways.
boatload of double necks, and everybody, well, with two exceptions, everybody had to get cases made. So, like,
Yeah.
Jim Fuller had to get a case made. Brian,
Velvet Jeff.
huh?
Velvet Jeff.
Velvet Jeff had to get a case made.
Yep.
Brian, who came out and visited us on Friday, picked up his double neck Challenger. He's gonna have to get a case made.
Yeah, he's hoping that it'll fit one of those Epiphone cases. Which
Yeah,
it
it may.
might. So
So I bet you if we were all jigged up to do nothing but making cases, we could get pretty good at it. But we're
Yeah,
not. We're jigged
yeah.
up to make guitars.
yeah,
so.
and there's a couple of different tools that we don't
Mm-hmm.
have out all the time
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
make cases. So yeah.
Yeah.
But we could do it, and yeah, they're fun. I watched a great YouTube video on how to do it, and
Mm-hmm.
that's where I learned how to do it.
The problem with making cases is they usually turn out way too heavy because you're making them out of like plywood, and I don't think
Yeah.
that cases like I don't think the really nice cases like okay, Gibson has super cool cases.
Mm-hmm.
They don't weigh as much as if I were to make that same case out of plywood, it would weigh 4 times as much.
Yeah,
Looks like somebody.
yeah.
What else we got here?
We got a 99-cent from Nightmare Smile Dog.
And then he later said I paid, but I'm looking for a question that I don't see, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure what
So
you paid
re-ask your question, and we'll
yeah,
get to it.
Yeah, re-ask your question.
Yeah.
What is it?
And we still have some.
Nightmare-
We still have some
Nightmare Dog?
Patreon questions that we have to finish up.
Hey, so
first.
yes, but let's talk a little bit more about
But we're
cases.
closing in.
Cases are cool, and there's a guy who, Mrs. Toast, do you remember who made Jeff's case?
Oh, the custom
Yeah.
dude. It was a website. I'm
I
trying
think
to
it was
remember.
customcases.com.
Customcases.com.
And we had to send him a bunch of dimensions.
You
and-
trace
yeah.
it out on a giant piece of paper.
Yeah.
And then you have to measure how far the neck angle hits off where the top of the headstock touches the
It was a whole big thing, but the case is great, and you didn't have to send him the guitar. The case turned out great.
Yeah, it did.
Chris is right. Making a box is one thing. Putting covering on the box is still another, and upholstering it to look nice on the inside is one more thing altogether.
I spent 3 solid days making those cases,
Yeah.
and they were 6 or 8 hour days.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they weren't economical to make. In a
And they
world
were
where
heavy
you can go and
boxes,
buy,
yeah. That's the
a
thing.
really nice case for. I mean, you can buy a really really nice case for $200, and,
Do you
and
think-
a lot of nice cases for way less than that.
Do you think there's going to be like new restrictions on stuff like cheap cases because they all come from China now that there's the whole
There might be
Modelo virus
there
thing?
might be a little blip in the availability of that stuff for
Yeah.
a minute, but maybe not. I mean, I don't have any idea how much of that stuff comes over and just sits in some warehouse here, and it probably varies from
Yeah.
company to company. You know,
It probably does.
you'd like to think that a company like Fender is swimming in gig bags and cases and all the stuff that they need, versus the little guy that that's bringing over 1 and 2. And
But they
selling
make
them on
a
Amazon.
lot of guitars, so yeah.
Well, yeah, but whatever. Yeah.
So
All
we're
right.
still waiting. What was that?
Nothing. I'm okay.
All right. Was did the Nightmare Dog guy ask his question again?
No.
I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name, but yeah. Was that
Yeah,
wrong?
6-hour day. That was
Times three.
that
6
was
to
a
8
rough.
times 3 for one case is a
Yeah.
long fucking time.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was out in my garage working in the middle of summer, and yeah, if it was 6 hours, if it was 8 hours, it was enough time that it wasn't like I was. Gonna
That
get
was in
much
it.
more
I
done.
remember you made those cases like right before Texas Toast Days 2
Yeah.
years ago.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh yeah, there's nothing else going on then. Bullshit. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So basically, you don't care if your cases are made from CNC machines? The case isn't so much as important as the...
I do what I do the way I do it. So,
Yep.
yeah. And I don't begrudge anybody. Let's clear the air a little bit here. Have I ever said if you use CNC, you're blah 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 blah? I think I've always been like, look, it's just not something that I dig. If you want to use it, go ahead. I don't care. I don't have a dog in that hunt. I do what I do because I like it. So.
Yep.
Or be honest, have I ever said if you use CNC, I think you're this, that, or the other? Okay.
No. Nope. Are we ready for the next question?
I guess, yeah.
Have you painted in the new spray booth? Yes. Have you painted anything good? No.
No,
We
we
painted
are
a board.
Yeah, we are still. So there's a lot of stuff that has to happen to make sure the booth is up to speed as far as everybody is concerned, not just Chris and myself. So we have to test a lot, and we ended up needing to increase the air exchange rate on the booth because our exhaust needs to come up a little bit in CFM numbers. So, we can get the balometer on there and actually check that stuff, and we just need a little boost. So
Yeah.
we can't paint anymore until we increase the exhaust CFM, and we are working on that as we speak.
Well,
Yep.
one of our viewers
Yes.
builds custom cases, so...
Oh, well, who's that?
That is the guy that BSDNFRAGE.
Well, BRANSTFHD.
That's close, but he put his email out there.
Please send me an email, would you
It's
please?
there, yeah. It's
Well,
up
but
on-
send it to me so that don't send me your email address. Send me an email and let me know what you do. So.
Billy B and Blues paid $20 to know if there is a package store that delivers beer in our area.
You know what? I will send a runner out to
Yeah.
Orc and Egg to get.
I don't think beer delivery or liquor delivery is legal in Colorado.
You think not? But
I
you know
could
who
be
who
wrong.
does it? Santorimo's Pizza.
Do they?
Yes, they do. So not only is it excellent pizza, but they also will deliver beer.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Thanks for sending beer money to us.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll
yeah.
get pizza and beer next time. Thanks to you, brother man.
Yeah. Okay. You ready?
I'm ready.
Ever consider Ever consider a wicked woman stealer with the Challenger lower horns rather than the Les Paul?
Chris, what's a wicked woman stealer?
I don't know.
Let's show everybody what a wicked woman stealer is. So this guitar, look, we haven't even finished this one yet. So, okay, a little bit of backstory here. I made a guitar that was essentially the Dan Armstrong clear lucite guitar. I made it out of wood, and I called it the Wheeler Dealer. And there's only a few people who have Wheeler Dealers, and one of them is my dear good friend Brett Hagen from Hawk Attack, the band that I play bass for. And he has the original Wheeler Dealer.
Is that the Sparkle Red?
No.
Okay.
It was made out of walnut, and neck was made from maple from Home Depot.
No knobs?
No knobs. And but anyway, so I made this guitar for Brett, and it was a big thick one. It was red sparkle, and he already had the Wheeler Dealer, so he dubbed this guitar the Wicked Woman Stealer.
I think it was because how many times did that finish get sanded off and redone and sanded off?
Well,
and
actually,
redone?
that was a bunch, but he called it that. He dubbed it that because of the the AC/DC song, I'm a rocker, I'm a roller, I'm
Oh,
a
I
ride
thought
out of
chicks
control.
just dropped their panties around him when he played it.
No, well, they do that too, but mostly because it's Brett rocking out and he's such
Other
a badass
dudes, chicks,
guitar
no?
player.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, this is a version. This guitar was probably going right about that same time because this is a really, really old thing that we just put together. If you watch the reveal video, you know that it's got way more neck rake and neck angle at the headstock than our normal guitars do. It's a super slim carved top, double cutaway Les Paul. Anyway, so this is the Wicked Woman Stealer, and this one's actually available to buy. And I have to put the pictures up on the website, but if you're interested in it, $9.99 shipped with a case, practically giving it away.
And have you ever thought about using
A double cutaway Challenger?
yeah.
Yes, I have, and I drew it out and I hated it.
There you go.
So you know what? You know what's actually really close to the double neck Challenger, or I'm sorry, a double cutaway Challenger would be Les Paul Special, that kind of rounded
Yeah.
thing. Yeah,
Okay.
Hamer Special.
All right.
Okay, sorry for the long way around the barn on that one.
Yep. What are your thoughts on a pine neck?
Bill Kirchner has a pine neck.
He does.
No truss rod. Did something just come in, Bill? By the way, hold on, can we back up? Did we have?
No.
We didn't
Nothing
have.
recently.
You sure?
So people are saying the guitar's sitting funky in the stand, and it's not properly framed.
Hmm.
So you need to unfuck that. There you go. It needs to turn a little this way.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Pine neck. I don't have a problem with any neck, provided that you're not taxing the material beyond its capability. So you can make a neck out of anything you want. You can make a neck out of poplar. You know, all those Dan Electros had poplar neck. You know what other famous guitar had a poplar neck? Mostly because it was a Dan Electro neck.
I do, but go ahead.
The Randy Rhoads original Polka Dot Flying V was actually built using a poplar Dan Electro neck that the guy grafted new material on to make that kind of arrowhead headstock. And he added inlay pieces on the fretboard. You can look this up. This is a real thing. So yeah, all those guys who tap on wood and are tone snobs, Randy Rhoads didn't do that, and he could play better than all of you guys. So I don't know. What do you think, Chris? Do you think it matters, provided you're not abusing the material?
No, I don't think it really matters. At least the pine that we get, you're asking for trouble making a neck out of pine.
That's the thing. Like,
we'd have
what's
to
the
source
payback
some
for that?
different pine. Yeah, really.
You know,
other than saying it's pine.
So the Bill Kirchner pine neck is all beautifully vertically grained. No truss rod.
Right.
But it's like 1 1/4 inch
it's
thick.
really
It's a beast.
When I think of pine, I think of that fast-growing pine that's like southern yellow pine,
Yeah.
and like things that would just come up to sea or the altitude and dry out and warp.
Yeah, that could very well be
Something you
that-
never want to make a deck out of for sure.
Yeah.
Splinters, yeah. So, but there's a lot of different pines. I just associate it with that low grade.
I think pine is a cool wood, and if you could find were there any like old beams in really old buildings made out of pine or something like that?
Not that I
like,
can think of. All
Okay.
the older buildings, all the big, like they don't grow trees like that
Yeah, yeah.
anymore. No.
What sort of wood
I'm
was
trying
that?
to think.
Like,
We had this giant, like
fir
it
of
was like
some
a
kind?
48-foot 6x6
yeah.
that went across the back of our mill warehouse,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't remember what it was. I mean, I want to say it was like spruce or something, like something ridiculous that you wouldn't think would grow that big, but it was so long ago I can't remember.
So wood is actually a very strong material, and if you do your homework, I don't see why not. Having said that, I'm not sure what the payback for that is. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, sorry.
Nope. You ready?
I'm ready.
Have you guys looked at trying to get to the Australia market? I watched a YouTube the other day. Dude said Squire Tellys were going for 900 or so. I'm thinking the Daily Driver would kill down under.
I think the Daily Driver would kill down under too, but I've never thought. Who said that?
Billy B and Blues.
Okay.
You've sent a guitar to Australia before, haven't you?
I have.
shipped
I've
something,
sent
yeah.
several
shipped something, yeah.
guitars. Their tariffs are insane over there, and that's why a Squire costs $900.
Not because people are
Not because
willing
Squire's
to throw.
charging them
Because
more.
of import. Yeah,
'cause
it's hard to get a person
the
in there.
shipping
It's hard to get a
isn't-
thing in there. Yeah.
It's they don't want outside stuff coming in.
So if we send a $9.99 daily driver to Australia, do you have any idea what the tariff would be?
I've read stuff. I can't remember exactly what it was. I wouldn't be surprised if that guitar was $1,800.
Woo! 100% tariff?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Lord have
So,
mercy.
If you go to Australia and you don't have a return ticket home,
Yeah.
they make you post double the cost of your ticket to
Wow.
go back home in a bond just to make sure you get the fuck out of
They
that
kick
country.
you out when they're
Yes.
ready.
Yikes.
Cool.
They don't play in Australia.
No, they
Nope.
do not.
All right, we got 2 more questions.
Two more. Does anyone? All right, then we'll get to.
Actually, 1 more question,
Okay.
and then we'll answer the questions here.
Okay. Make it rain, Chris. This must be it. This must be.
I don't like this question. How are you going to improve the reveal videos in terms of demonstrating the instruments? I understand that you guys are craftsmen and not necessarily pro guitarists, but you need to make it feel less casual. That beautiful Woman Stealer reveal was a case in point. You should definitely have it tuned. You should have tuned it and played something prepared. Please bear in mind that I, as a fan, a supporter, I want you guys to do the best you can be. Oh, and Rich.
Yeah, that's good. I like that whole rich thing. Get rich.
Yeah.
But I think
I-
it's more of an excitement. Like you can't hold your
Wait,
pee.
can
like,
I?
you
Let me
gotta
see
get
that one
on
again.
there.
Yeah,
All
read,
right, so
because I dropped the ball 18 times reading that. So here recently with the reveals, because we've been doing other stuff, we've kind of, in some ways, struggled to have stuff to reveal.
Yeah.
And that guitar was put together fairly quick. We didn't get as much done with it as we wanted to. And you're right, neither one of us are great guitar players. And I get
Chris is a really good
all
guitar.
sorts of I get all sorts of flustered when we do live things, and especially if I have to play guitar by myself. Like if we had a band, I'd play.
That's another.
But-
That's another kettle of
But
fish.
but
yeah.
honestly, I don't know.
I like keeping the reveal videos as casual as we keep them.
Yeah.
Because it's really just like hey man, you can, you check out this guitar, we made it, and it's neat.
Yeah, when I see it, it's like you guys are like it's like kids on Christmas morning. Oh my God, look what's
Yeah.
done! I can't wait to show you.
Yeah,
you know?
How would we make it? Okay, so first of all, who Toby Hodkinson, so these are all Patreon questions. So Toby
Yeah.
is a fan, and that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
And so I don't think he's trying to
No,
throw,
and I'm not
throw
gonna,
us any
yeah,
shade.
I don't want to.
He just wants the reveal videos to display the guitars
I think
more
you-
than we are, right?
More like a commercial for your product.
yeah. So how would we do that? I don't know.
It's more like a frat party environment, I think. Hey, look what I got.
Yeah.
Instead of like, hi, has this
Yeah.
ever happened to you? What a mess.
Yeah. We've talked about having the problem with the reveal videos and having it focus more on what the guitar sounds like is
I think that's
I don't know.
We're in the wood shop using an amp on the floor that
That's been sucking up
and
sawdust for
through
God knows
my
how many
iPhone
years.
to you, it's never going to sound great.
Yeah, I wonder like at what point is like this is we could have somebody come in and play it, but geez, when's the last time you had a musician on Friday at 5:00 show up on time? Never. That's when. So
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean.
So the original idea with the reveal videos was we did a really, really poor job of showing stuff finished.
Yeah.
And this is our attempt at showing things finally finished after we show all the other steps. And, so at least you get to see the guitar now.
Yeah, and I mean, I get it. It would be great if Chris and I were like the most badass guitar players and we totally wailed and you were blown away at everything we did. The fact of the matter is that that's not going to happen.
No, it's never going to happen.
You know?
And something that I think about a lot is you know, me playing it poorly or me playing it really well isn't going to change anybody's mind about the guitar. And
No.
and in a sea of really, really, really good guitar players that are showing off their licks on YouTube, we're not going to compete with that. And in a lot of ways, we shouldn't even plug in the guitar.
Probably
other than
not,
to show, hey, it's got a volume knob.
It works.
Hey, it's got a tone knob.
So,
yeah. But if you don't trust us to even get that right, then
yeah, come on.
you know.
It's going to sound like a guitar. So how are we going to improve the reveal videos? I'm going to say that we're going to do them as consistently as we've been doing them, and you're going to enjoy them and have time to goof around at work while the reveal videos are
Yeah.
happening. If anybody wants to be here every single Friday at 5 o'clock and do reveal videos and show us what bad is when it comes to your jam
everyone's
skills, then
piping
you
up
can do that.
going, no, we watch this shit for you and Chris, and
Okay.
don't change a thing.
I mean,
let it
it would
casual.
be great
I
if
get it, and I feel bad that I don't play better when we do reveal videos.
So Chris and I would have to practice more. Now, in order for us to practice more, we would have to build guitars less. How much have you figured out how much time you spend a week here at the shop? I've been trying. It seems to
I
me
don't
like
really want to think about
yeah,
it.
it's easily 14-hour days for me.
Yeah.
From when I get up, answer a bunch of emails, come to the shop, do a bunch of work, go home, answer a bunch of emails, reply to a bunch of comments. It's a long day, So the last thing I want to do when I go home is like, oh, I'm going to sit down and play guitar. So guys, I'm sorry, but I'm just not going to get any better than I am. So
Nobody cares how well you play the guitar.
yeah.
They care how well you build the guitar.
But I appreciate your wanting us to be successful and cool, and you're probably right. If we totally shredded on guitar, the reveal videos would be cooler. I guess. I don't know. I hope that's
They would be.
okay. Did
but
Joe ask another
they're
question?
Not going to happen.
No, Joe had a comment. He paid $6.66
Ah ha ha!
That's the
to
weight of this
say,
guitar.
I prefer the casual because it's real.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of a commercial, but it's not a commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could do polished. You've done lots of polished things.
Yeah.
But that's not you. You're not, look at you. You're
We-
not polished. I got to pluck that
The-
big long eyebrow out of your freaking head almost every other day.
We've done a couple videos where we've had some like Hotshot players do like videos for guitars, and frankly, we stopped doing them because
Kind of die on the vine.
They
and you
tank.
you spend a bunch of time organizing that stuff.
Yep.
That's the thing about the reveals
Yep.
is the first one we did, it was just this quick, let's just throw it out there and see
Yeah.
what happens.
Yeah.
And we can do them fast, and we can get it out there, and then we can move on and do other stuff.
It's kids on Christmas morning. Yeah.
Yeah, we make
Oh, I got this. Oh, I got this. I'm
We-
not playing with anything right now, but I'm
Yeah,
happy I have
yeah.
it all. Yeah.
Yeah, we make a lot of videos. You make a lot of videos that take a fair amount of time to edit and all of that, but you can only make so many of those a week. So we do these little live things as a way to get more information out there that
Yeah.
may not be the most perfect videos in the world, but we get it out there and they're fun and they're informative, and then we move
Holy
on.
shit! Look at all that shit that just popped in.
Yeah.
So Toby, I appreciate your question and your concern. I don't know how to make them better without maybe getting another guitar player to come
Yeah.
in and rock. Maybe we
Yeah.
can do that a few times.
We
soon.
could. I think one thing that we could do on those
I think
is
you should have a separate video series of so-and-so plays the panty dropper, or so-and-so plays.
Yeah, we could
'Cause
do.
that'll be
We could
totally
do some of that. One of the problems we did that with a couple of guitars, and then people bitched that the sound quality wasn't as good as it.
Oh,
should
that's
be.
right. When we did the Ewing
Which, yeah,
thing, we
you're
were
right.
at Bart's studio,
Yeah,
and they're like,
yeah.
"You should have hooked up a mic and a
Yeah.
cabinet." And
But all of that stuff
fuck.
takes time, and
Yeah.
it all takes away from
Yeah.
everything else. And over the last 2 weeks, all we've done is other stuff just
And
to
I
prove
don't,
that.
I don't think he's like trying to
he's
be
not.
like a
No.
dick. I
No,
think he's
no.
like,
It's
"Hey
giving
man,
you,
I would
like,
like to see the guitars
Sage
get
advice.
rocked more."
I think it would be good for
Yeah.
your wallet if you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's probably right.
Yeah,
and what can we
so
do? I haven't figured
we
it
could
out yet.
we could maybe the only thing, sometimes the reveal videos to me feel fairly rushed, and we could slow them down
Totally,
just a
yeah.
tick, and that would maybe make them feel a little better.
We could have more mud flap girls.
Woo! There I am, boys.
Yeah. But other than that, the reveal videos are just a way to finish off a project, something that we hadn't done very well in the past.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I think.
And I think we're growing, and maybe
and
the reveal videos aren't. Maybe the reveal videos need to kind of have a little more direction and still keep that kind of casual, loose thing, but like you said, not be like, oh crap, we got to do this, and which is mostly because we've spent the last fortnight working on the spray booth kind of
Fortnite,
nonstop.
you really went there?
I said that.
Yeah,
That's right.
and the last few weeks, and we haven't really had a whole lot of new stuff to reveal, and we've struggled with things to reveal, and
So during the last fortnight, you've been building pretty much the paint booth,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so how many, 2 bits have you spent on that one in your fortnight? Sorry, I couldn't resist.
I think that's a perfectly acceptable usage of the word, right? What are there any other questions that
so
we
now
got?
now it's time for questions from other people. So the
Okay.
first question I saw in here today was any suggestions for re-gluing binding and a headstock veneer on I believe it was a guild.
57 guild.
57 guild.
Binding and headstock repair.
Loose binding, to fix the loose binding and repair
Okay,
the headstock.
loose binding.
Veneer.
I would. Okay, you know how I'm a proponent of using acetone to
Melt.
apply binding. I'm not going to give you that advice for this because it will eat all the finish away. What you need to do is you need something thicker that sticks. So that Stumac binding glue, bind all, is what you want to use for that. How you get it in there, I don't know because I haven't seen the thing.
Because that's nitrocellulose, right? Yeah, it's 57.
Yeah, the paint
Yeah.
is lacquer, so
Yikes.
acetone will eat it.
How you glue a headstock veneer down? I don't know. You got any?
Without seeing pictures, I really don't know. I mean, super glue might be your
I'm thinking,
friend.
yeah, like maybe wick
wood
super glue under there. I like
Yeah.
if there's if it needs to be re-glued, that's got to be up in one spot, right? So you could kind of
Yeah.
wick it in there and mash it down. If you're gonna do that, glue, veneer, piece of plastic like a grocery bag plastic, and then clamp, and then that way the clamp doesn't stick to the veneer when the super glue wicks through the thing.
Just real quick.
Yeah.
So Billy BM Blues paid $4.99 to say that I'll demo the Wicked Woman Stealer after I buy it. That's a great thing. Have the
That dude
players.
needs to come down here because he's
I
been
think
talking
you should
about coming
ask
down.
players to send a video to you of them playing their new guitars.
You know what?
That's-
That is an awesome
because this
idea.
is the person it's built for. This is the sound that they want, and so when they get it in their hands, they're gonna know exactly what they want to do with it, and I think that's the perfect because it's like
Couldn't agree more.
yeah. So that's a new policy. You got to send a video after you get your new guitar.
Yeah, of you rocking it in outer space or wherever.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Cool.
Billy B. and Blues.
What other questions were there on here?
Oh, there's quite a few.
Okay.
All right. I'm sorry. I had like some side convos going and stuff.
Are you getting some shade from some people?
Relax, man. I'm a big girl. I'm
I
big.
but still.
No, I got side combos. It's all good.
Okay, all right.
You don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know what you're doing.
What's the opinion thoughts of the ergonomic slanted frets? Do they improve playability?
You know, I made one guitar with fanned frets, and what I can tell you is it doesn't degrade from playability. But if you don't have a really long scale, I don't think it improves anything. I think it's just different, and that's cool.
Is the heat on?
So, what do you think, Chris? All those wacky frets and fan frets and
Yeah, so the wacky
doodad
frets don't make any. I can't wrap my head around that whole idea. As far
Oh,
as
like
playing
so when
it.
I say
Yeah, like
wacky
the
frets, I don't mean like
Z.
the fan, but they're like the frets actually
Yeah,
travel.
yeah.
How do you level and dress those?
I don't know how you do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, and it's a guitar. There's no new technology in trombones.
Yeah.
You know,
Maybe there
it's
is.
no. There might be processes to build them, but nobody's like, check out my new trombone. With,
Hey, you know what though? So I think fan frets on a bass make more sense than on a guitar. But having said that, the natural position of the hand, I get that part.
yeah.
Having two, actually, you have six, or however many strings you have, that's how many scales you have. Because the fan, so like, the one that I did was 25 and a half on the low E and 24 and 5/8 on the high E. And everything in between had a different scale, kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it had to just, it was something in between those two things. How about this? Everything you listened to in high school was not recorded with that guitar. And if it was me, I would figure a fretless guitar would be way neater if you wanted to have something wacky than a fan fret guitar. How do you intonate a fretless guitar, Chris?
I don't think you do.
You don't.
You just play it.
You just play it. That's right. So fan frets. Maybe I know like a lot of our good friends. Kyle does it. Omar does it. I know I'm missing some guys here who do it, and it looks rad. And especially because they use like a lot of like swanky woods and cool. You know, like Omar has like a CNC thing that cuts out little notches and shit, and they look really badass. But yeah, for me, I guess I'm kind of an old school guy, and I'm like, if Billy Gibbons doesn't have one, which he probably does, then yeah, why would you want one? Anyway,
It's
sorry.
the whole want and need
Yeah.
thing. You know, you can want it. Do you need it? No.
Yeah.
You can want it, and that's cool. And if you get it and you like it, that's cool. And some of this, I think, just falls into it's cool because I can make it. You know, builders, that's the reason they do it.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can do that. Yeah. I
And
can.
it's neat.
Yeah, it's neat. All right.
Should a fan fret guitar? What kind of nut should a fan fret guitar have? Is a trick question.
I don't know.
0 fret. You knew.
The infinity fret?
No, it should have an infinity radius, and it should have a 0 fret too. Okay, sorry about that. All right. Well, I'm sorry. So that's my thought on that. What else we got? You got anything else?
I think Carrie Ann, sorry,
You got
Mrs.
anything,
Toast.
Mrs. Toast?
That's okay. They know my name.
I know they know your name,
Well,
but
I kind of got lost in something.
Yeah.
So I'm scrolling on my little tiny phone.
Yeah.
So I thought you'd have something.
Oh, I've always got something I can talk about. Did
Yeah.
somebody send a thing recently?
Yeah. So from SS says your videos are great. Don't change a thing.
Thank you, SS. You know
I
what?
like
How
that.
about
It's
this?
working.
If we change anything, how about we just make them better, longer, faster,
Stronger.
more able to leap tall buildings, stuff like
Can
that.
see farther.
Steve,
Steve, I hear something. Can you see anything?
do you smell that?
Oh, I smell it every day. I live with you.
Okay, what happened?
My feed stopped working.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well,
So-
that's no bueno. I was
No.
hoping on you.
Oh
So,
my.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, you're totally dicked up over there.
Yeah, I'm so.
Oh, we're locked up here too? Oh,
Are
no,
we?
No, we're not. You
No, I
guys
don't
were
think
just
so.
sitting there staring at
Yeah.
it, and it freaked me
Yeah,
out for a
yeah.
second. All right, let me go back up here. Woo!
All right, let's answer a few more and then call it a night. There's still.
What about the guy that gave us 99 cents?
Yeah, what about that guy?
I got no question. I don't know what
Okay.
the heck.
Dude who gave us 99 cents, whose name, your screen name is like Nightmare or something or another. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
I want to answer your question. I really do.
Yeah, I'm totally fucked right now.
I think we're just kind of dead in the water here. Well,
Well-
that's been about an hour and 10 minutes.
Yep.
Guys, let's go ahead and wrap this one up. I had so much fun hanging out with everybody who did the online subscription service live class thing where we made the awesome thin line with the mud flap girl F-hole, which I can't tell you how much I love this. This is so neat. I love it so much. I might want to do it on this one. What do you think about that, Chris? And I probably should. This Challenger with a flame maple top and back with mahogany. It's like super, super light. There's hardly any guitar there. That'd be a cool one. If anyone's interested
They're interested.
Okay. If anyone's interested in the Wicked Woman Stealer back here, send me an email. I'll get it out to you. $9.99 shipped to wherever you live in the continental United States. I'd like to thank our sponsor one more time, Flipside Music, the Great American Guitar Store. If you would like to sponsor this podcast, live stream, whatever this is, happy hour, please send me an email. I've got information on how you can help us do that. I'd like to thank our industry partners, Bitterroot Guitars and Guitarwood Experts and Hipshot products. 3 of my very favorite people to deal with. They're awesome, awesome, awesome people. I would also like to one more time remind you guys to send something positive to Brian Nutter. If you can send some money, the GoFundMe link to Brian's medical bill thing is in the description below. Send him a few bucks, guys. It would really help out a lot. Brian's not asking. He's a really proud guy. But if you can do, and if you can't, think positive thoughts. How about that?
Send him healing vibes. He's
Healing
a super
vibes.
cool dude. And he's too cool to tell you.
So cool. Yeah, we love Brian so much. So until next time, this is Matt.
It's Chris.
Hey,
Come on. This is Matt.
This is Chris.
fuck you.
Damn it! Mrs. Toast is really pissing me off. So until next time, we'll see you guys. This is Matt at Texas Toast, reminding you that if you're so smart, build it yourself. That's what I do. Or you should poise yourself to shut it off. See you next time, guys.